Hello, we're Team Matrixion, and this is our slide deck report regarding the Markstrat simulation. Since most of the rounds have strict time limitations, we decided to make some preparations before the start of the simulation, which mainly consisted of handbook, Markstrat system, standard operating procedure, Excel worksheet, and current market analysis for each period. We read through all chapters of the handbook to make sure that we know how the Markstrat world works. For example, what are the indicators of our performance? How do we benchmark our firm against other firms? What influences our market share? And how do we get customers to buy our products, etc.? We also need to know the dimensions and properties of our products, as well as how to update those. We need to know the consumer behaviors, such as shopping habits and purchase intentions under each segment. And most importantly, we need to know our goals in the simulation, which is keep improving and branding our products to increase SPI by increasing sales and revenues. After we were granted access to the Markstrat system, we all spent a decent amount of time understanding the information under each tab and marked the most important sectors such as market forecast, consumer survey, semantic scales, and conjoint analysis. Overall, we all made sure we got familiar with the system and were ready to utilize it during the simulation. For the next step, we made a standard operating procedure checklist to help us navigate through each period and ensure we covered all important information before making decisions. The main components of the checklist include the recap and analyze section, which is a review of financial report, market report, and consumer survey to see how we were doing during the last period. R&D section includes checking semantic scales to look for the ideal values of different consumer segment and put our current product into cost reduction research to generate more profit. We also have research studies section. We were aiming to order as much of these studies as possible to understand the market better and make better decisions. We need to decide on our business portfolios, like launch new products or applying new models to our existing product. We have to set the production amount, which can be decided from reading through the production report and market forecast. We also have to set the price of each of our products by analyzing conjoint analysis and check competitor prices. Also, we need to locate our budget into advertising, which includes both media and research. After that, we need to set our perceptual objective, which help the consumer better perceive our product, especially when we launch a new model. Last, we need to locate the proper amount of salesperson into the commercial team. We need to decide on the amount of the salesperson based on the stats on distribution panel and the production ratio.
So when we R&D a new product, we need input the number of different characteristics. And we can see from the first line, those characteristics include features, design, battery, display, and power. And the more close to the customer's ideal value of those features, the then the sales will be better. However, from the semantic skill, we bought the research report. The ideal value of each segment is given only from we can see the green line, this green line, but we cannot input those numbers directly to the R&D matrix. We need to calculate it, use the formula from the handbook, which is the left-hand side is X and the right-hand side is those kind of thing. So we create the Excel sheet in advance, and when we get the ideal value of the customers from the scale semantic scale, we input those numbers in the green line, then then it automatically calculates the yellow line numbers, which is the X. And this is the number that we input to the R&D matrix, and which is very near to the customer's need.
In this round, we analyzed the current market. We found that most is targeting the saver market, although the sales volume of most is not as good as most. But in the shopper market showed a high purchase intention. But due to the inventory, we decided to reduce the price to get rid of the inventory. And in the market segment, we found that the sales in the large market were better. So we recognize the staff allocation in this store. After determining the existing product positioning based on the P0, we found out through segmatic skills that most is close to savers. In addition, both of them will have a largest market share and growth in the future. So based on this above, we carried out the research on most to make it closer to saver, and at the same time reduce the cost to make it more profitable in the future. In period 2, we realized that we need to develop and update our products to get higher sales. So what we mainly do in this issue is updating Move and Most, and developing Momo at the same time. In the past, Move products, due to the poor sales and not so good profits, we are going to put our limited money into the advertising cost of Most in this round. And at the same time, we finished updating and developing of Most. We are going to say how the new Most sells in the next round. In this period, we complete R&D work of Momo and Move. Momo products is the target of high earner. Mainly want to earn money in this way. Because the profit space of this consumer is the biggest. Only do silver market, although the sales volume is good. But in the long run, the profit space is limited. This round we launched Momo and increased the production of Most. The profit of this round is the best one so far, and at the same time we started to develop a new V product. And as the competition in the new market is not too fierce and wanted to make a profit on it, we also increased the staff number in the market according to the previous staffing ratio. And at the same time, based on the calculation and observations we made in the previous phases, we become more familiar with the whole market. So we operated more aggressively from the round onwards. We increased the labor cost. The last period figure was 2,500 because this round the market is all occupied by Team R. So we want to occupy the market in this way. In period 5, loans were available in this round, but since we hadn't reached a clear realization at the time, we didn't take loans in the first round because most sold better in the market. Profit and production become higher as PI started to grow, and from this round, we basically shift our focus to the most.
In period 6, we have another renovations update on our current product modes. Based on the data from previous rounds, Most is the product that brings us highest value among our current offering. Therefore, in round 6, we updated most features again according to Saver's ideal values and brand match, aimed to be a better aligned with consumption behavior of Saver customer segment. We also received our first loan capital in period 6, and we used that in supplying our advertisement expenditures and developed a new product in Sonnet market. Speaking of increasing advertising expenditures, we double most advertising costs and invested heavily in the new product MIP, hoping that it could enlarge brand awareness and bring us larger revenue in future periods. In period 7, we did have some major decisions have made. The first one is we finally launched Mort in Sonnet market. Since professional is the first growing customer group in this market, and currently there's not a single product has absolute or comparative advantage in this, we have decided to develop more to dominate this customer group. Second, we have a resource allocation rearrangement. Advertising resources were reallocated to give more exposures to the rising star product Momo, while maintaining advertisement visibility for our flagship product Mo's and creating exposures opportunity for new product more. Additionally, we also have a price adjustment because it responds to the price cut for other products in the Sonnet market. We lower prices for all of existing products to remain competitive, and we do realize that the revenue may not increase as much as before for this period because all of our unit margins are lower than before. In final period 8 to 10, we have a new product Melt launch in period 8, which is our second product to Wildite market, targeting to followers customer markets. And because we invest most of advertising expenditures to Melt, we have a greater confidence in this product. It is decided to align with key metrics and preference of our largest customer goods in Wildite market, which is followers. Second, we have a considerations of market price. By looking into conjoint analysis, we discover that lower price do not always provide an advantage. While other firms are being competitive in lower prices, and we decided to raise the price and productions of Momo more and Melt, which results in higher profits and improve our SCPI in the end. We also has a realignment of product portfolios. We decide to clean out all of our MIPs and inventories in period 8 and shelve it in period 9. Also, because we realize that move are less profitable since the index for the product move do not closely align with any other specific customer segment. We decided to position it as a spoiler product with the goals of disrupting competitors' pricing and sales strategies. In terms of market share in Sonnet markets, our product most dominates the saver segment, which constitutes the majority of customers. The second largest segment, shoppers, is served by Rogers. Meanwhile, Momo and more precisely target the remaining customer groups, making them the keys to our success in Sonnet market. In final periods, our goal was to maintain most in an absolute dominance in Sony's market, while positioning Momo as our second flagship product. For worldwide markets, although Melt was launched in Period A, which kind of later for other products in the market, its brand awareness and purchase intention initially lagged behind competitors. However, by constantly aligning with the followers' ideal values while controlling production costs, we successfully achieved an average 54% brand awareness and 34.3% market share by period 10. Also, because of the repricings and the success of Mel in worldwide markets, we achieved the most revenue and SPI growth in a single phase in the 9th and 10th periods.
Okay, let's move on the current situation. For the total market share, the Markstrat has half of the overall market share in the round 10, we can see in the pictures. And for each of Sonet and the Waldet, for Sonet, the products from Maxon stably account for nearly 60% of the total market, while in the Waldet market, the Maxon's products account for 1/3 of total market share and showing an upward trend. But for the revenue and the net contribution, we still can see that Maxon, the performance of Maxon is very well, and the total revenue reached 450 million, is 1.5 times more than the followers. While the net contribution, the Maxon is reaching 220 million, is 80% higher than the second. And for the segment share, the Sonet market, the production of Maxon, we can see from the picture that in a position that of the absolute dominant of 3 segments. And this is the 3 segments respectively. In the huge silver market, the most account for 80% of the segment, and the Momo represent 70% plus of the segment of high earners, and the more represent 60% plus for the profs. And for the wall diet segment, we can see that the most important of the segment is the followers. It represents 56% of the world market in period 10 and show a growing trend. And our product Miao has grown rapidly in the past 2 periods. You can see from the picture, and capturing over 1/3 of the followers market in period 10. And speaking of the physical attribute of product, that in the Sonet market, we can see based on the semantic scale, comparing other company, that the product from Matrixon like the most, or the Momo, play very well, and like the most for silver, more for perf, and Momo for high earners is better than other companies' products. And for the wall diet, is the Miao is one of the 2 best product to the follower segments. And you can see the advertising expenditures. The amount of the advertising expenditure of Matrixon is the highest. We can see from the picture. The highest is ensuring the exposure of the company's products. However, the percentage of the advertising is the lowest. So it secure a high net contribution. So the contribution after marketing, you can see from the picture that the metric sum is more than 45%, is higher than any else companies. And for the commercial expenditure, the trend is just as same as the advertising. The number of commercial team, the commercial expenditure is the highest for the matrixen, but the percentage of commercial expenditure is the lowest, which secure a high net income. Yeah, this is the part of current situation.
Going forward, one way to choose our future strategic plans is to determine our strategic postures and make a portfolio of actions based on McKinsey's 4 levels of uncertainty, as shown in the picture to the left, with level 1 being the least uncertain and level 4 being the most uncertain. Most rounds in Markstrat are level 1 situations where decisions can be made confidently with the help of standard strategy toolkit. The rounds where Voldite was introduced can be seen as level 2 situation, where we need to identify and be prepared for different future outcomes and ready to make ad hoc adaptations. As for postures, we have adapters that quickly react and adapt to current opportunities in the market based on the existing market structure. It is the most commonly used strategy which can be utilized under all levels of uncertainty. It is also the safest option under level 3 and 4 situations. We also have shapers who take control of the market by creating opportunities in the market to shape the future of the industry. Shapers take different actions based on the level of uncertainty. In level 1, shapers try to create uncertainty, whereas in level 2 through 4, they try to lower uncertainty and create order out of chaos. Last, we have the reserving posture, which means investing sufficiently to stay in the game but avoid premature commitment. Next, we have 3 different kinds of portfolio of actions that we can implement into our strategies. No regrets moves or the strategic decisions we can make confidently to secure positive payoffs after analyzing all information comprehensively, such as market trends and consumer survey. Options or decisions that secure positive payoffs while minimizing negative effects, like testing waters before entering into new trends with limited investments and adapting as the market evolves. Lastly, big bets are major investments that can result in huge profit or losses. As for the proposed strategies, under level 1 of uncertainty, we choose to be the adapters as our main posture because the market is very stable at this stage. Decisions can be made confidently to generate as positive outcome. We utilize no regret moves as an adapter. We would not choose to be the shaper under this scenario because it requires heavy investments and commitments to be the disruptor of the current stable market. People usually use big bets if they want to be a shaper under level 1 of uncertainty, but it is too risky and it's not really a good choice for us if we want to secure our revenue. As for level 2 of uncertainty, we would choose to become the shaper as our main posture because we can lower the uncertainty by increasing the likelihood of a specific favored outcome. We can combine the actions of bets and options because we need the contingency plans for our company to shift quickly to adapt or reserved if we can get more information from the current market. We would also choose to adapt because we need to always be prepared to adapt by closely monitoring market trends and consumer behaviors and update our products accordingly while market evolves. We can also choose reserve as our backup plan because we need to avoid premature commitments by making incremental investments to make company profitable while waiting for the market to become less uncertain before formulating a strategy. We would not cover much about level 3 and 4 here because the nature of the simulation makes it mostly built upon level 1 and 2 situations. It does not have as many uncertainties as real-world scenarios. Another set of proposed strategies going forward, if the simulation is to continue, are blue ocean strategy and red ocean strategy. So when new markets can be created, or say when the market is highly saturated with high competition and shrinking margins, or when we want to expand consumer base by targeting untapped markets or consumer segments, or say we want to have more product diversification, we can utilize blue ocean strategy in this scenario by creating demand and explore new markets. It is not limited by existing market structures. We can create new product or create new values to existing products. On the other hand, when the future is clear enough or only have a limited set of possible outcomes, or when our company is trying to outperform competitors and increase market share in existing products, or say we have limited budgets and low risk tolerance, or when current market is profitable with our company being in a good spot, we can utilize red ocean strategy in these scenarios, which is keep focusing on research and development for each of our products. We should also keep making ad hoc product updates to meet consumer changing preferences by checking the semantic scales and conjoint analysis. We should keep monitoring our competitors' decisions and performances. We should keep benchmarking each of our own products to other companies' products that have the same targeted consumer segments and make changes accordingly. We should also keep monitoring the market forecast to adjust brand portfolio and production amount. That concludes our presentation for our Markstrat simulation. Thank you.